Hey, welcome back to 10-Minute Mentor. I'm your host, Rich Perry, joined by my co-host, Ally Sheridan. Ally, what's going on today?
Not much, just excited to get started today.
All right. And I know that you've got some questions, right? You were fielding some questions from peers at college or folks that you know from class so what's the first question that we have today,
All
Ally?
right. So, looking back in the beginning of your career, is there anything you wish you had done differently?
Looking back, anything differently? Okay. I've got two things for you, Allie. All right. The first one kind of resonates here, and this is why I admire you and the work that you're doing. Um, the first one is I didn't get an internship when I was in college. Okay. So also I majored in psychology. All right. So I majored in psychology, and I I want to say I'm sure my advisor said, "Hey, why don't you get an internship with, a local therapist or a local hospital or a counseling center or a behavioral health center. This is your major, right?"
Hmm.
Um and I didn't. I don't know why. I mean it was a long time ago. Um Now I was active in school, okay? So I'm not saying that, I just wasted my time. I was very active in the radio station, which I'll talk about in just a moment, because as I was very active in the radio station, that got me interested in record promotions, event promotions in general, marketing, okay? But when it comes to my major, I didn't get an internship. And, I admire you because you are balancing school, you're balancing your student athlete, good for you. You work part time,
Hmm.
right? You've also got an internship. You're showing up, putting in the work, doing a great job here with the internship, and you're also balancing life. Um, and how do you do it? How do you
How I balance it all, I mean, it's hard, but balancing it, like, I like to write stuff down a lot, and that helps a
Okay.
lot.
Okay.
So I do that, and also I make sure like I prioritize time with like my family and friends so I don't get like stressed out.
Right.
But yeah, basically writing it down helps me a lot with all
Very
that.
cool. Very cool. Very cool. So, folks that are watching this, YPs, young pros that are watching this right now, write it all down. But yeah, to answer your question, Ellie, if I could do it all over, I certainly would have gotten an internship. Which kind of leads me into the second thing that I wish I would have done better, because maybe I would have gotten an internship utilizing my degree, psychology, or at a, like I said, a therapist office or mental and behavioral health, something along those lines. The other thing that I wish I would have done differently is I should have double majored, because I was so active in the radio station. I mean, I had a radio station, a radio show. I joined it right when I was a freshman. Like, that was the first club that I joined right when I was a freshman. Got my radio show. It was every Friday night from 7 to 10. Um, and I loved it. And I took a lot of my electives were multimedia classes. I took a course in video. I took a course in Photoshop. I took a photography. I took two photography classes. One was like a normal class. One was an independent study. Like, I took a lot of media related classes or multimedia related classes and things that you could transfer into the marketing world, but I didn't double major. And the reason I didn't double major is because when I thought about it, I think I was like a sophomore or something like that. I was talking to some friends, walking from the student center or whatever, and I said it. Oh yeah, I'm thinking about double majoring. And one of my friends said, "Oh, you don't want to do that because the prof or the advisor, is a handful and this and that." And I'm sure that my friend was well meaning and looking out for me, or, trying to give me some good advice.
Hmm.
But I learned later that while it's good to consider other people's advice, maybe in that instance, I followed the wrong advice, because I remember probably being your age, or maybe a little bit older because I had graduated. So I had that psych degree, but because I was so interested in marketing and, radio promotions and things like that, excuse me, I remember applying for a couple marketing positions or promotions positions, and the feedback I got was, well, you didn't major in this, so moving on to somebody else.
Mm,
But I had the coursework. I had a lot of the coursework, and I had the experience. I just didn't have those two letters after my name that said that I did the work. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Um, so those would be two things that I wish that I could have done differently. Now, I don't regret any of that, but for the folks that are watching this, for the YPs that are watching this, the young professionals out there, I strongly recommend getting an internship, some experience that you can put on your resume. And when it comes to like maybe getting a double major or maybe a minor or maybe just some extracurriculars to broaden your experience, that might be an avenue as well.
Mm,
Does that help?
yeah, yeah, definitely.
So real quick, and don't gas me or anything like that. Don't blow smoke. But this is your first internship, right?
Yeah,
And you're graduating next year, so this was like a requirement, right?
yeah.
Any words of advice for folks that are thinking about getting an internship? And if you want to talk about how amazing this experience has been for you, feel free to talk about that. We're not, just the floor is yours, Allie.
Yeah. Yeah, I was kind of in the same boat. Well, I do obviously have an internship, but I kind of got this thinking like, oh, well, it was mandatory for my major, so I got it because of that. But now that I have it, I'm like, oh, it's helping a lot. Like, and I could have been doing this before. So I definitely wish that I got multiple internships,
Uh-huh.
and I think that would have helped me a lot. And I know a lot of employers are looking for a lot of experience. So I
Mhm.
wish I got that when I could because this does help. So my advice is just get as many as you could, get as much experience as you can. It'll help a lot. So
Awesome. And just I'm just asking, what made you wait until your senior year? Was it more like, hey, I'm just, focused on my studies, focused on volleyball, and just like kept kind of pushing it back, or did you just not find the right opportunity? Like, what was it for you?
yeah, it was kind of a procrastinating thing,
Okay.
honestly. I was like, I'm busy. I was like, I can get that senior year, like, and I just didn't think I wanted multiple. I was like, I just need one. So like
Hmm.
I'll do it senior year. So I just waited, but I wish I didn't. I wish I looked for more earlier. But yeah, it was basically me just procrastinating getting one. But
Right on.
yeah.
And um but going back on internships real quick, because you go to Wilkes and we know the good
Mm,
folks at Wilkes do a lot of internship fairs and things of that nature. I mean, all the schools do. King's does, PSU does, all the schools do. Um, what would be like a tip that you might have, again, relating back to internships and not having those regrets later on, like some folks? What would be a tip that you might have for someone looking for that internship? Like, I don't know, give us a tip, or you live that lifestyle right now,
yeah.
so you have a lot of friends that are looking, or they found a good one, or maybe they found a horrible one, and they've got some words of don't do this kind of thing
Mhm. Yeah, definitely we have a lot of resources, which helps us out a lot, and I would say
at
use
Wilkes.
them. Yeah.
Okay.
We have a ton of career fairs and internship fairs. I would say go to them. I only went to a few, and I
Mhm.
would say try to, like, network as much as you could. Just ask even companies that, like, you don't think you're that interested in, see what they
Mhm.
do, see if they have any, like, offerings for you, and yeah, I would just say go to those, ask the career development center, like, "Do you have any internships that you think would interest me?" And they usually do, and they'll be happy to help.
Awesome. And Here's another. I'm going to compliment you again before we skedaddle. But when you wrote your internship letter, like your application letter, you personalized it and really made me feel like you genuinely wanted the position. It wasn't just like, you threw out the same letter to like 100 people, just copy and paste it. Like, you did a good job. So folks, follow Allie's advice. Make sure you're going to your career development centers and things like that. And make sure you're personalizing that application, because the person who's reading it, they're either going to think, oh yeah, this person really wants to be here, or does this person, she just, doing the checking the boxes, or, so you didn't check the boxes. So, and I appreciate you being here in the internship. We've been having a lot of fun, and we're doing this podcast. So Allie, thank you for hanging out today. Folks, these are two of the things that I wish that I could have done better, but I don't have any regrets. But I encourage you to get that internship. And if a double major is in your, you can make time for it, do it up. Until next time, Rich Perry, Allie Sheridan here for 10 Minute Mentor, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks, and be excellent.